Green Algae IPA? If that doesn't scare you, maybe the can will. Sometimes I feel you're just sending me beer to have a laugh at my expense. Yes, I'm talking to you, André. This beer, with a bunch of other beers, was sent by André Rochelle from Newfoundland, Labrador. And as mentioned in the Iceberg video, if you haven't seen that, why didn't you watch that one? Or my epic beer ad I did. André said,
"You don't have to make a video, I just wanted you to enjoy the beer."
This is green beer. André, what did you think would happen? I'm Dr. Hans, this is Dr. Hans Brewery, my channel about beer and home brewing. And here's my friend, Chewy. This IPA, Skele-Phone IPA, comes in at 6% and is brewed by Banished Brewing. And yes, it is green. Actually green. Think like Shrek meeting radioactive swamp green. Sounds nice. Let's kick it. It's actually Spiegelau stout glass, but it's perfect for IPAs. Epic pour. Maybe you don't see it as good on camera, but I promise, yes, you can see it there. It's green, and it's not that disgusting looking, and I can smell the hops from here. The green in this beer doesn't come from alien pee or food coloring or anything Halloween spooky like that. It's actually from spirulina, aka an algae. To find out why someone would brew this madness, I crawled the internet. I spent late nights on obscure brewing forums trying to find why. I scrolled through like 8,000 TikTok dances to find the reason I sold off the last of my OnlyHands merch to scout money for a second-hand canoe, and I paddled the Ganges to reach a kombucha monk to find the truth. Then I reached out to the brewery and they said, for some reason. Yeah, that's the quote. For some reason. But okay, it's fair. I will not judge. If anyone is guilty of putting like random shit into brews, I guess it's this guy. Yeah. Cut it out. Editing doctor. What a bitch. And for the technical part of spirulina, and if any of you sickos out there want to try to brew your own beer with algae, we will jump over to the lab doctor for that. So let's get this straight. Dr. Hans receives a green beer that glows in the dark, probably radioactive, and he sends me a sample to analyze the algae, which is technically not even an algae. This is spirulina. This is cyanobacteria, which people mix in the smoothies to feel good about the poor life choices. Spirulina is basically a super health food. Spirulina gets its bluish, greenish color from some compound called phycocyanin, which is extremely fragile. Yes, very fragile. Doesn't handle heat that good and doesn't handle oxygen and light. Here are some guidelines to start exploring brewing with spirulina. I would suggest maybe 0.5 to 1 gram per liter to start with before you get the hang of it. And you'll probably use it in a cold side. And if you need to stir it very gently. I would probably use it at kegging or something like that. Never boil it. So spirulina is basically a diva, and it's even more sensitive than your mom's after Sunday church. And as it's technically a superfood, it kind of cancel the beer out, doesn't it? Or at least you can tell your mom that. You're welcome. I will try to put a clone recipe for you to download based on my analysis and after counseling with Dr. Hans on his taste test of that beer, because I'm not tasting that. And I did reach out to Banished Brewing, and if they would come back to me with some sort of info about the beer or the recipe, I will personally see to it that the editing doctor put all the information or a downloadable link in the description. I will leave you now in your spirulina madness because I have some real job to do. I have some mutations going on here. Cheers.
And too many minutes in the video, but I did put timestamps there, so remember that when you are leaving your nasty comment. Thank you. And after some research and reading on the can, this is brewed with barley, wheat, and cryopop. And cryopop is always technically a hop blend compound. Several hops to make them pop. Aroma. It smells, I would say it smells like a West Coast to me, but it smells really nice. And this was probably brewed to Halloween, I think, and today it's last April. So it has been sitting for like 6 months at least, or maybe more. So, but still feels fresh. Cheers. Sometimes I get with older IPAs, because this has not been brewed fresh and has been traveled from the other side of the world to Sweden, that it has this taste that this were sometimes great, but not today. It doesn't feel like lost gone hops. This is awesome. What a great beer you brewed, Banished Brewing. And how good must have this been when it was super fresh, but it still feels fresh to me. Definitely getting that it's a bigger beer. We have some sweetness and nice tropical hops. Which beer do you think André should send next? Just kidding. But if you find anything nasty out there, as long as it's not glowing by itself like this. Speaking of glowing, the can actually glows in the dark, and I bought some black lights so we can give this a go. And I just need to shut down everything in here. Bear with me. So, glowing in the dark, right? Let's put the UV lights on. Ah, they're making a nasty sound. This is not good content. Hold on, I think I fixed it. So, glowing in the dark. Oh, what an anticlimax! And Chewy, if they don't think that my channel sucked before, they definitely do that now. Absolutely no stinking glow in the dark, but I've seen some other cans glow. I'm thinking, like when I was a young lad, we used to have like stickers which are actually like charged in the sun or in the light before it glows in the dark. But I did spend like a fortune on this UV light for this video, so please thumbs up the video and leave a nasty comment. Just like the lab doctor said about heating up your spirulina, I don't want to leave my IPAs out in the sun. And speaking of weird beers and strange brews, don't check out this video and I will try to consume the rest of this mud water. Swamp water. It was great.
That's all, beer bitches.